harder? Baker. Yeah, Lee.
For the exam, we have to go to the school, or can do it now.
I cannot hear you, Lee.
So for the exam, not the exam 1.
Exam 1, yeah.
So we have to go to the test center.
No, you come here.
Here?
Yeah. This classroom.
What about final?
Same thing. This
Okay.
classroom.
Because I had difficulty with clicking the NBT file. The
For what?
text, multimedia text.
Oh, it's a paper test. It's paper test. Yeah. Pencil paper brain calculator. Mostly brain. Yeah.
Can I survive without the TV 83?
Can you survive without it?
No, you have to bring it with you.
I'm going to make it survivable. Yeah. Are you recording this?
What?
Because I hate calculators. All right.
You hate calculators.
I hate calculators. I think that was
Because I just did, I just ordered.
You will not be at a disadvantage.
So
You will not be at a disadvantage for the first 4 exams without a calculator. You will not be at a disadvantage. For the final, I have no idea. You may or may not be.
So you're saying we're not allowed to take the calculator with us?
No, you can use it. Use it all you want. I'm saying if you don't have one, you will not be at a disadvantage.
Just bring it with you.
You will not be at a natural disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know anything, so how to punch numbers in a calculator, I guess you're at a disadvantage, right? You will not be at a natural disadvantage without a calculator for the 4 exams. Okay? Yeah? Alright. Do you want it with you? Sure. Like that pet rock makes you feel better about yourself, right? Makes you feel more confident.
Do we need to update our calculator?
Do you need what?
Update it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just said you don't need it.
Jan. Yep. Nope. Don't know anything about it even. Yeah.
I need to finish all this by tonight.
Yep. All right. 2, 4. Infinite limits.
So today we're only going over 2 sections.
2 or 3.
Okay.
Sopri, can you see back there? Sure, Carrie, can you see? Can you see this writing? You sure? Do you have exceptionally good eyesight? And I shouldn't use you as the guide for whether or not I'm writing large enough?
Maybe we should sit in a different room. Make it easier for everybody.
2.4 infinite limits. That means the limit, oh that's better, look at that. The limit is infinite. Okay? Which means not a number. So therefore what? This limit is going to be always D and E, right? But we would like to describe at least where it's heading. Maybe it's heading towards positive infinity, maybe it's towards negative infinity, right? So therefore, it's always going to be a D and E for these cases. Anytime you have an infinite limit. I just want to make that clear because they're calling it an infinite limit. So it makes it sound like the limit is something, but it's really a D and E case, all right? We just want to know where it's heading towards. So the symbols will look like the lim of some function. Where is f of x heading towards? As x goes to a, and if it's heading towards plus or minus infinity, then we're going to call that's an infinite limit. That's what an infinite limit looks like. Okay? Yeah? Those are symbols for it. These are also called, when you geometric representation of these things, these are vertical asymptotes. Yeah? That would be true. Help me. Somebody help me. Let's see. We have x minus 1 over x plus 1. Let's say that's our function. Can you graph this function?
Plot points.
Plot points?
Yeah.
Whew.
Create a table and then
Create a table.
plug it in and then plug in a table.
That's pretty much the same as plotting the points.
Yeah. I'm not a good carpenter. I don't want to make a table.
Okay.
What do you know about the thing, first of all?
It has a hole.
Where? You sure it's a hole?
Or
It's a
minus
hole?
1?
Tell me about holes. Tell me about zero. You know what a zero is, right? Does it have a second E or not? How much do you know about zeros?
They have the second.
It has a second E?
What?
Is there any? What do you think? Second E is it Z-E-R-O-E-S?
Zero.
Yeah.
The E?
Yeah. Has an E in it.
Baker?
Say it has a
That looks ridiculous. But whatever. So holes.
No, it doesn't need a second E. Just to have an S at the end.
What?
Does it?
I don't think so.
It
That
doesn't
just-
need an
That
E.
just looks wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, holes, zeros,
Mm-hmm.
and asymptotes. You were supposed to have taken a pre-calculus class. So given a rational function like this, I should be able to describe as holes, zeros, and asymptotes. So forget holes for a second. Zeros. How will a rational function have a zero? How will it cross the x-axis? What has to happen?
If the denominator has a zero, the numerator?
Yeah.
Numerator has
Numerator has
zero.
zero, right?
Just put a 1 in on X.
This defines the zeros for the thing, right? Why? Because a function can equal zero only if its numerator is zero, right? Numerator is zero means the fraction is zero. 0 over 1 is 0, 0 over 5 is 0, right?
Yeah.
Right? But 5 over 0 is not 0, right? 5 over 0 is undefined. The bottom determines the asymptotes. Now this is all when the thing is clean, when it has no repeated factors above and below, right? And it does have none. X minus 1, x plus 1, they're not the same factor. So x minus 1 tells us where the 0 is. So where's the 0? 1. So we know it must go through that point of the x-axis right there. Can it cross the x-axis anywhere else? No, because otherwise it'd have a 0. So x plus 1 is telling us about our asymptotes. Where's the asymptote located?
-1.
Negative 1. X equals -1. All right, there is the skeleton of our picture without plotting points, per se, without making random values. So now we just need to draw the thing. So let's see. What is the limit of f of x as x approaches the asymptote? As x approaches -1. And I'm going to pick a particular direction to approach from. So as it approaches from the left, that's what I want to know. Why do I want to know that? When I graph this thing, I'd like to know whether to draw going downwards, going upwards. Let's do one. As you get closer and closer to this line, the thing has to go down forever or up forever, right? Cannot cross the dashed line, correct? So we want to know, is this heading towards positive infinity, or is it heading towards negative infinity? We want to know the infinite limit, so we know where the asymptote is heading, right? Yep. You speak a little louder, subtracting something smaller. You're saying like something a little bit further